If there's one car I would sell everything I own to buy, it's this car. Today we are doing our second Cars and Coffee event here in Regent's Park, Rolling Slow Media, Porsche Supercars and Modern Classics. We are off to an early start once again. Stick with me, I hope you enjoy this. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss an upload. Peace. This is our second Cars and Coffee event at Regent's Park, but this time I wanted to do something different. Instead of just filming cars, I wanted to understand the people behind them. So I picked 3 cars and 3 owners, and I spent time with each of them. The first one is a Ferrari 348 Spider, but the real reason I chose this car is not the Ferrari, it's the owner. I feel like I met you before somewhere. Where?
Yeah, I'm the founder of Westside VW. So we used to do the shows back in Park Royal, which you mentioned. You came to my show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, hold on. I thought the VW scene was dead. Like, when I did that video, it was because I thought everyone left the VW scene.
No, it's live and kicking. Everyone's still building them.
Yeah.
But we've all grown up and we've got slightly...
So you've either gravitated to Porsches or Ferraris?
Yep. All the boys,
insane.
everyone, all the guys, they still got maybe the old VW in the garage.
Yeah.
But they've all got at least one Porsche.
What have you brought? What is this?
348.
I'm feeling very Miami Vicey.
Yeah, that's what everyone says, but you know what? It's nothing like Miami Vice. That was a Testarossa.
Yeah.
So everyone thinks it's the same, but it's not.
Yeah. It's that sort of the fins down the side, right?
348 Spider. Actually, very, very rare car now.
Yeah.
There's only about 69 of them or so in the UK, right-hand drive. Yeah. So I probably rarer than an F40. Found it rotting in a garden in Milton Keynes.
What?
Yeah.
How would you leave that rotting?
Somebody fell out of love with it, left it, and I had to buy it and then restore it and put it back together.
How long did it take?
3-4 years, but just bit by bit, all DIY at home.
Yeah.
Polish it, clean it.
So hold on, you're not going to Euro car parts or German and Swedish for parts for this.
No.
So
you cannot you can't get anything. You have to make it, 3D print it, weld it, fix it. Yeah, everything you have to do yourself. Yeah, most parts are not available.
Yeah. So, can I ask, what would the budget be to restore something like this?
Budget is these.
Really.
Can't do it. You cannot do this without spending a lot of money.
Yeah.
Unless you can work on it yourself, and I can.
Is there like a community then? So is there like forums that you can?
Yeah. Same as the Porsches, same as the VWs. You join like Ferrari chat. You get all the people who do their own. In America, people work on them a lot, and they'll document it. So you can find out. But actually, very simple car to work on.
Really?
Yeah, very nut and bolt. It's like a kit car.
Okay.
And people take the piss and say, oh, it's like a Mark II. It's a MR2.
Yeah.
To be honest, the MR2 is probably built better than this. Yeah, because they're literally like a kit car.
Yeah, I've seen a few MR2 kits.
Yeah. But they're probably built better than this.
It's good to see you again, man. Yeah. West Side.
West Side, that's the one, yeah. Oh, mate,
nice, thank you.
Okay.
Cheers. By mid-morning, Regent's Park Inner Circle started to fill with a beautiful selection of cars, from classic Porsches and Ferraris to modern-day supercars. We even had the very special and controversial BMW G87 M2. But one car that really caught my eye, and one I've been a fan of for many years, was this Audi TT Mark I Quattro Sport. And what made this car special wasn't how it looked, it was the miles it's done. 170,000. So, you have brought what has to be one of those on my list of cars I really want to own.
Seriously?
The TT has always been, not even the Quattro Sport, but I'm going to get to that in a minute. But I remember when Audi first designed this, and I was like, oh my God, that car is absolutely amazing. I couldn't afford one at the time. But then over time, they got cheaper and cheaper. And I was like, do I still want one? I'm not too sure. and I've kind of want one, but feel like I've kind of missed the boat.
No.
And then you pull in, and you've just reignited my passion for.
You know, I was pleasantly surprised that there were a few people approaching me today, telling me all these things, you know, and I'm thinking, wow, you know, it's still catching someone's eye. And this is particularly being a Quattro Sport edition.
Yeah.
You know, it's not many of those left. I think particularly this one, specifically this one, is number 972.
Yeah. How many do they make? Is it
1,080? That's
right.
what the sources are saying.
Yeah.
And I think 800 of those were for the UK market.
Right.
But I'm on a different sort of groups, and if I'm not lying and if I'm not mistaken, it's about 250 left alive, still on the road. So yeah, it makes it pretty much a unique car.
Yeah, yeah. Can you open the inside?
Absolutely.
Because I think what makes this car really unique over the standard TT is what they've done in the interior. Because these Recaro seats came as standard.
Yeah, these are pole positions. Yeah, the most desired seats as well. So they're coming from factory. Obviously, the rear seat delete.
And they deleted it from factory as well, didn't they?
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, that's great.
So you got the parcel shelf, rear seat delete. And I've tried to get my dream came true. I got the
Recaro baby
seat, yeah, for my little guy.
Honestly, it's such a nice car.
Thank you.
So Audi, this was like a run-out model, didn't they? As they were phasing out the Mark 1s.
Yeah, so there was a 225 BAM, the very popular engine. Obviously there was a VR6 3.2. I had one in past.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a heavier, sort of, it's a different driving style, it's a different feel, it's more of a cruiser. You get this VR6 noise, you know, so it's really nice. But this was lighter, quicker, and I think this is more driver sort of orientated. And you know what, funny enough, with everyone slagging, you know, Audis understeer, you don't get none of that in this, for example. It's very it's not a straight line car. Yeah. This is stage 2. But the grip, the amount of grip you get in that is just unbelievable. Let me show you under the hood.
Yes, please.
So I try to keep it more or less OEM plus.
And when you say stage 2, what sort of power are you now achieving?
So originally it's 240 when it comes out from the factory. This should be pushing about 280, 290.
Nice. In that lightweight body as well, because cars have gotten heavier, you know, over time.
This is being 4-wheel drive, giving you that nice grip, and like I said, the suspension is upgrades and everything. It's got a big brake kit as well, so you've got sort of adjustable top mounts, makes it a bit harder, but at the same time...
Is that stock? Is that standard when you bought it, or was that...
What are you talking about, the top mounts?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
This is something went in after.
Okay.
But obviously the strut bar is stock.
Yeah.
So few things, few mods, like 2.0 coil pack conversion. Obviously the bigger intercooler, the PCV delete. Here and there. Yeah. Like I said, try to keep it OEM.
OEM. Yeah. Oh, it's a lovely car. Love these.
Thank you so much. No, thank you. Thank you for the kind words, because you don't really get much attention in this, but today I had some attention.
Yeah.
You know?
The true petrol heads know. The true petrol heads
exactly.
know.
Yeah. There were a couple of people approaching me. Is that QS? Is that QS? And I'm like, oh, you know, somebody knows. You know.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, mate, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to say thank you for the invite. I think the turnout was good. The weather is brilliant. It's all about the people, like I always saying. I think the community is growing, and I wish your channel, like I said it on the social, all the best.
Oh, bless
and I'm
you,
going to
sir.
try and bring more friends with cool cars to make it more interesting.
Oh, thank you so much,
2026,
man. Man after my heart.
Here we go. Thank you, guys.
Cheers. If there's one car I would sell everything I own to buy, it's this car. I can't believe it's here. Look at this. Lancia HF Integrale Evo. If there's any Sega rally fans, you would know this car from the Sega Mega Drive game, no, Sega Saturn game actually, where they had two famous rally cars. One is the Lancia HF Integrale, and the other is the Toyota Celica, the GT4. But this was the car. Love this car so much. It's just the wide arches. It's very reminiscent of a Volkswagen Golf. But just look how wide those arches are. And the vents on the bonnet. Styling is just unbelievable. I can't believe Lancia doesn't even exist as a manufacturer in the UK anymore. The final car, and the one that bears a striking resemblance to my own, is this 997. It might look familiar at first glance, but once you get a little closer, you realise that this one has some seriously tasty, subtle mods. Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
I've just been admiring your lovely car, which...
You're only saying that because it's almost the same as yours.
Yes, yeah, it's my twin sister. You've got some really nice little touches, which it's inspiring me.
Oh, really?
And I just wanted to quiz you about them. So I guess the first one is the colour of the wheels.
Yeah.
What colour is that?
It's Weiss Gold.
Weiss Gold.
Yeah, which is
that a Porsche colour?
Yeah. So I'm not sure what models it comes on now.
Yeah.
We'll start to get it on something later.
Nice. And are you running? Because yours is the C4S, right?
No, it's C2.
Oh, it's a C2.
C2S, yeah.
And you still got to run a spacer, do I?
Yeah, so it's got 10 mil spacer on the back.
Yeah.
But apparently, I think when I was looking into it, the GT3s have got a 5 mil spacer as standard.
Ah, right.
And I tried a 5 mil.
Yeah.
And then I thought, actually, the 10 mil just pushes it out a little bit more. So yeah, I went 10 mil.
Your interior.
Yeah.
What have you done? Because this is a Gen 1, right?
Yeah.
And I see that you've got the is it the Gen 2 centre console?
It's the AliExpress head unit that they did, the Android style head unit.
Yeah.
And I've just painted the rest of it.
Okay.
So I've just literally rattle canned it matte black.
Yeah.
So it matches the.
And it doesn't peel off.
No.
Like that?
Yeah.
Do you take the whole unit out to do
Done
it?
it a few years ago. Yeah. Just take it out. You can take the face panel apart, take all the buttons out, prime it, paint it. Matte black.
And did you spray the centre console as well?
Yeah.
Nice. The mods that you've done are literally the last mods that I want to do on my car.
Really.
Yeah. Definitely want to black the centre control.
Yeah. And
the 991 steering wheel.
The gauges are changed as well for the.
Are they black as well? Because they're white, aren't they?
Yeah. So normally on the Carrera S there'd be like a silver gauge.
Yeah.
And these are like a sort of they're black but with the green lettering.
Yeah.
So when you turn the lights on at night, it comes up green, which actually is like a bit retro.
Yeah.
Nice.
How long have you had it?
5 years.
Okay, yeah, it's about the same level of time I've had mine.
Okay. Yeah. About 5 years. So it wasn't an aero kit car originally. I put the aero kit on.
Yeah.
And then just gradually changed bits and modified it.
Nice. Oh no, you've done a great job. And what exhaust you got on the back?
So it's a standard exhaust with the Gundo hack, and then it's just got the tailpipe trim, which are different.
Yeah, nice pipes, man. I like those.
The middle section is a Tech Art little diffuser on the bottom.
Ah, okay.
Which probably makes it look a little bit different as well, but people don't normally notice it.
Yeah. Now that you've pointed it out, I can see it.
So just a few little mods over the years that are just.
Yeah, you've done a nice job. Oh. Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah.
What was your name?
Stan.
Stan.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Stan.
Yeah. You're in the...
Guys, we've reached the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed this one. It's been an amazing turnout today, Regent's Park. A really nice selection of cars. I saw cars that I didn't even think would turn up to this event, and I'm just super chuffed, man. I'm super happy. Everyone enjoyed it. Everyone enjoyed the atmosphere here, and yeah, I can't wait for the next one, which is next month. So if you never made it down, come to Porsche's Supercars Modern Classics on the second Sunday of every month, and yeah, enjoy some cool supercars, classics, and Porsches.
You even got to see your dream car.
I did. that car was.
That stick of butter, bro. I can't
Stick of
unsee
butter?
it. It was literally
What,
a container of
Integrale?
butter. Yeah.
What? How dare you say that? How
Like,
dare you say
if you
that
were to
about the Lancia Integrale?
If you were to take the butter out of a container and then just place it,
how do you see
could
that?
carve that car. You could carve it.
Oh my god. Alright, so what was your favourite car? Mr. Non-car guy. You don't even know what a car is, do you?
No.
He's so not into cars.
No.
But anyway, that's all we got time for. I will see you in the next video. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Turn on notifications so you don't miss an upload. Until then, take care. Peace. And don't lean on my car, you. Lean on,
It's for style point. It's a style point.
No, you just cleaned a bit.
I cleaned it, you're welcome. Oh God. It's for style points, I'm telling you.
Peace out.